Very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. We skipped last week, keeping in mind the audit report due date. Today, our topic of discussion is reporting with GST and TDS disclosures from TallyPrime. Our expert for today is CA Nimit Gujarathi. Nimit sir is practicing CA for over 22 years now and is an expert in handling all the matters relating to direct tax and indirect tax. He is also a tax and business consultant to large real estates and hospitality companies in Pune. Nimit sir is a Tally evangelist and has been conducting training programs for Tally in Pune for over 20 years now. We are glad to have him today for our CA Connect for this important topic. Welcome, Nimit sir. Thank you so much for being here
Thanks.
today. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's make the best out of today's session. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
definitely. So, thank you, Common. At the outset, let me thanks Tally Solutions for inviting me to conduct this session after a long time. First of all, apologies for the session not taken in last week due to some of my personal emergencies. So I will try to make best out of whatever I have prepared and learned through this session. And thank you all the participants. After a hectic audit season, still you are showing the enthusiasm to join this seminar. I will definitely try my level best to give you some good inputs as well as how to smoothen your audit reporting. The today's topic is importance of reporting with GST and TDS disclosures from TallyPrime. So we are using TallyPrime as a medium for having the effective reporting which is required for disclosure in various audit reports, especially the tax audit report. So what is the present day reporting requirement? I'm just giving you the entire perspective of the reporting so that each and every participant or individual can make the best use of the software which is available and the data which is available. So what is the present day reporting requirement? So we have three reporting requirement. That is the data entry, data gathering and formatting. Now, for earlier, the formatting was not playing such a crucial role, but nowadays, even the formatting is having a crucial role in the disclosures because disclosures are going on in a wide variety and number of columns added to the disclosures are very big. So we required accurate formatting of the data so that we can directly copy paste it to the reporting requirement or the various reporting softwares that we are using. Normally what we do is we are transferring or extracting data from a particular software and then pasting it to the reporting software. Some of you are using Winman or any of the reporting software. There are a number of reporting software which are available in the market. But that reporting software requires a data which should be accurate and in a proper format. So that is the second reporting requirement that we are facing now is the formatting and the gather. And the third and the most important requirement as an auditor is the data accuracy. Now, what we are representing is we are giving an audit report under our signature to the stakeholder that whatever data which has been reported in the report is accurate or correct. Now, if you see the tax report is not fair and fair view. It is a correct view. So it is of paramount importance for the professional like us that whatever data we are reporting is accurate, not only fair. Okay. So all the three requirements of data needs to be fulfilled. First, the entry should be proper and complete. See, it is not only that entry should be proper, it should be complete in all respect. Then from the data entry which is done, we need to gather that data in a proper format that we require some typical formats for the reporting purpose. And then from that format, we have to report that data very accurately. So all the three requirements needs to be satisfied. And in the today's session, I will get you through how we can achieve all the three requirements of the data reporting. So what is data management? Data management is an art to shift your mind and focus. We are doing a journey from manual to offline Excel utility to direct online. So now this day by day, the reporting requirement is going to be on a real time basis. So we don't have any time to adjust, or we don't have a delay, the lag in the data reporting. So day by day, you need to have a real time data formatted for the reporting purpose. And there is no manual reporting. Everything is done on an online system where once you have uploaded the data, there is no going back, or there is no provision, especially in the tax audit report. If you see, there is no provision of revision of a tax audit report. So whatever tax audit I have uploaded or done, that is full and final. So compliance journey is similar. Knowledge always wins, only hardwares are outdated. So we should create our processes and system in such a manner that even in the changing scenario of hardware or a software, our processes is fully equipped to cope up with that change. So data is a precious thing and will last longer than the system themselves. Now, all of you are aware what is the importance of the data. Data is like a gold mine, and all the companies who are having the data are the flag bearer or the torch bearer of the business entity. Especially in our profession also, we should give very important aspect to the data formatting and data gathering and data analysis. So we as a professional chartered accountant are one of the pioneers, should be pioneer in understanding the importance of data. Definitely, over the time, I think so all of our professional journeys have changed. We have moved to some of the online and data management systems, but still there is a long way to go before we can achieve what is there in the system. So I have just analysis that at present day, what is our time allocation to the various compliances in terms of online, offline, employee management and work. Now, if you see few years back, the online compliance was not occupying major time, but now that has shifted. So almost from 20% to 60% of our time, or this percentage is increasing day by day, and day will come where our 80 to 90% of the time will be with regards to online compliance. Now, when I mean online compliance, it includes everything, right from direct tax, indirect tax, labor law, any type of law where we are doing some of the statutory compliances. So this compliance model is day by day growing on an online platform rather than offline. And as all of you of us are aware that at present hardly any returns are done on an offline mode. It is always practically now everything is on online mode, including labor law. So earlier labor laws returns were an offline return. Now they are also shifting to the online presence. So this online compliances work will grow day by day, and it will occupy our 80 to 90% of work. Now, what is the challenge for that? What will be the challenge? Once in an online scenario, you need to be very accurate in data preparation and data entries, because otherwise there cannot be accurate reporting. So our tough job earlier, we used to manage or we used to get along with the data inaccuracy, or but now that excuse is not available to us. So we need to be very perfect or very accurate or very intelligent in using the system for doing all the online compliance work. Okay. So this is something which is new and I want to introduce this for the first time. I have just modulated a scenario where imagine that we are a car company and the car manufacturing is the reporting model. So you place a car which is manufactured by a car manufacturing company in parallel to the report that are submitted under our signature. So for that report preparation, we need different sets of data which relates to company law, indirect taxes, direct taxes, or basic information. This all basic information or various information can be synopsis with the different part from which the car is manufactured. Now, we are well versed with the system of just in time introduced by the car manufacturer way back in 1950s and 60s, where different parts were manufactured by various vendor and it was brought in to the manufacturer assembly line just before the assembly of a particular car. Now, what was the benefit of this? There was a huge benefit to the car manufacturer in terms of quality, in terms of cost, and in terms of accuracy. So same thing, I feel that it will be the way forward for the reporting also. So I just want to ponder some questions before all the participants, whether we can implement just-in-time approach for reporting, any report to be broken, different parts like car manufacturer, employee or service provider specialize in particular part of reporting, just like ancillary vendor or OEM supplier. So what I foresee is we need to create a team of reporting entity or reporting service provider, which can provide us the accurate report of a particular segment. So for example, if I want a GST report for GST audit, for tax audit, or for company audit, then a particular set of person or a particular set of employees have should be having a mastery in GST reporting only, and they will provide me the GST report for anything, any type of compliance. Same thing for TDS report, same thing for company law report, and same thing for basic information. If I can break down my reporting requirement into various segment or various part, as a certifying authority, I can consolidate this reporting and present it to the stakeholder in the more accurate format. So what will happen? The certifying auditor employs own quality inspector for verifying the data accuracy before reporting. See, at present, what is our challenge? We have to gather the report, format it, and then also verify it for the accuracy. Now, doing this dual job is creating a lot of hurdle in timely reporting. Now, if we break down this job into two parts, that person giving the data is different and person verifying the data, that are the quality inspectors, are different. So we should perform as a certifying auditor, we should perform a role of a quality inspector rather than data gathering or data formatting job. So this ultimately, if we can do this type of approach, or if we can create this type of approach, what will happen? This will bring down the time, efforts, and ultimately cost for preparing and certifying the accurate report for stakeholders. See, definitely there is a pressure on the cost side also. The clients are always demanding, and their demands can go on like anything. But we have to control cost, otherwise there will be the issue of survivability. So just to ensure that we bring down the cost and we do accuracy part also, I have tried to formulate this type of just in time approach, which in near future can become reality. At present, we are not following this. We are doing all the work by ourselves. We are doing all the reporting, all the clauses of a tax audit report are prepared by our own offices or our own employee. So generally, all the professionals follow one employee, one company, or one supervisor, one company format. Now I am just trying to go a 360-degree opposite to that. I will create a person or a professional who is expert only in GST reporting. He can report data from any type of software related to GST required for any type of audit report in an accurate format. And as a certifying authority or a certifying professional, I will have my own quality checks, just like a car manufacturer do in a OEM or vendor scenario. So this is just the presentation, the brief of just in time saving in manufacturing, cost is saved, and accuracy is achieved. See, ultimately, the customer or the client will go by the brand. So it will go by the certifying authority. It is the certifying authority's responsibility to give the accurate report. Now there cannot be any excuse in that I missed out this, or I am not knowing this. Just like a car manufacturer who cannot miss out in on his brand, because ultimately his brand value is going to affect. Now same way, the quality or the professional brand will get effect if the reports are going wrong. And way the government or the investigative agencies or a regulatory agencies are going after the reporting requirement, I think so we time has come that we need this. Otherwise, there will be again a survivability or sustainability issue in our professional life. The penal provisions or the answerability to various stakeholders have risen like anything in the near future, or the investigative agency, the data they have and the cross verification they are doing. We cannot say that we have gone wrong. We have to be accurate. Just like a perfect car that is manufactured by a great brand, we have to have our report in a perfect manner. I hope I hope you will find this advantages, or some of you will try to implement. I myself have started implementing this, and maybe in near future I will come out with some solution to this, how to achieve this just in time approach. Now to the first requirement of our reporting, that is data accuracy. I am going in the reverse manner so that you will understand from the end point how to reach to the start point. Okay. So for any data accuracy, especially in Tally, all of us know that over the time, creation of master is the most important part, because that is the most controlling factor in any of the reports generated by the software. If your master is going wrong, then I don't think so any of the report which is thrown by the Tally or any of the software will show a correct picture. So time has come that we need to go to our writing pad or a desk and start revisiting all the masters which are being created over the time. So just for the purpose of today's presentation, we are concentrating on the GST. So just to revise how a GST master needs to be created. So all of you know that how to create a master. So let us just to revise. So gateway of Tally, create, type, select ledger, press enter, alt create master, enter. Now, in this master creation, name of the supplier, sundry creditors, GST, and everything is good. You need to understand the third part, that is the party registration type. This is very important field for the purpose of GST reporting, especially clause 44 of tax audit. If you are going wrong in this, your entire report may go wrong. So I request all of you to revisit all your master and see what you have selected in this. That is what is the registration type. And then we are entering the GST, enable set. So this is all territory and this. So this is the screen that you get when you are going for a master creation of a ledger. So on the right hand side, if you see, there is an option which are there, that is the GST registration type. For every master or every creditor master that you have created or you have shown, you need to accurately select what is the GST registration type. See, this will have dual benefit. First, while passing the entry, the GST entries will be accurately passed, and all your returns and GST report will be shown accurately as per the required format. If you go wrong in this, the GST calculation may be correct, but the reporting requirements may go wrong. Okay, because see, while passing the entry, we can always override the predetermined GST, but that will not give us the correct reporting formats. Okay, so even if your GST liability is correct, still the reporting requirement may go wrong because the format is wrong. So suppose, for example, if it is a regular dealer and you selected the composition part, while passing the entry, you can overwrite that GST calculation while entering the GST amount manually. But the format, since you have selected a wrong registration type, it will show under a wrong reporting formats. So this will selecting the proper GST registration type will ensure that entry is also passed properly and the format is also proper. Okay, lot many times we see that okay, my GST liability is correct, but my reporting is wrong. Why this is happening? Now this is the precise reason why that is happening, because you must have selected the wrong registration types. Okay, you can overwrite the GST calculation, but you cannot overwrite this formatting. It will not, any report will not show the correct position based on the GST amount entered in the vouchers. It will show the correct position only if this is done properly, because entire reporting is based on that party is segregated in a particular report based on the registration type selected at the time of master creations. Hope I am clear. Okay, so this is two field which I want to show you, that is the type of GST registration and the GSTN number. These two fields are very important for accurate formatting. Now same thing for TDS masters. You need to ensure that TDS master and the PAN is proper. Otherwise again the same reporting format issue will be there. Okay, so this is the TDS ledger or the sundry creditors ledger where you need to activate the TDS masters. So once again, just to rebrush, the GST master and the TDS master. Both the screen are same. In the same screen, you can select the tax registration details and the GST registration details. Okay. Very important, regular composition to mark the party properly. So this is with regards to the accuracy part, that for achieving any data accuracy or for achieving anything related to data, we need to have GST masters created properly. Now, all of you must have been aware that you can alter masters at any point of time. Whenever you are doing voucher entry, if you want to alter voucher, you can press Control Enter at the ledger head. It will go to the master screen. You can alter the master. You can alter the master for multiple ledger also. In the front screen, on the main screen, you have alteration process. Master alteration is available at multi-ledger level also. So whatever you need to check your entire trial balance with regards to master once again. And every time a new master is created, this need to be taken care. Otherwise, report are bound to go wrong. Okay. So now let us go to the data gathering and the formatting part. That is how I can gather the accurate data for the purpose of reporting. Now for that, I have taken the clause 44 of tax audit report, which is an important clause for reporting purpose. Now important clause in terms of what? both in terms of tax audit as well as GST audits. So if you see, this data will get directly matched with the GST returns that you have uploaded. Now at present, the ITBA or the income tax portal is having a different database and GSTN is having a different database. But at department level, they are matching both the reports. So you must be facing number of times there is a query from the department which relates to GST. Now how that query is generated? Because GST department has reported some figure to the income tax and they are trying to match with the income tax returns or the tax audit returns that you have uploaded. Now same thing vice versa it will happen. Whatever you have reported in the tax audit or income tax return, that will get matched with the GST returns which are filed. Now, as per the recent practice of the department, both the department have a monthly meeting based on the info for the exchange of information. Time is not long where they will have a real time exchange of the information. That is any returns or any data which is uploaded in the income tax site or income tax database, same will get shared with the GST on the real time basis. Now if that happens, imagine the task that is assigned to us of accurate reporting, because our client, if we fail to report accurately, they will face the query from both the department, both income tax as well as GST. And the penal clauses which are introduced are so harsh that any inaccurate reporting or any mistake by the client, the penal provision is tremendous. So for example, suppose in a tax audit report you are reporting unregistered dealer. Now the entries which are there in the unregistered dealer are always suspicious whether that is a genuine entry or not. Now, if it is not genuine or later on it is proved that dealer is not in existence at all, then the penal provision with regards to the invoice, the fake invoice in income tax is almost 100%. So even though you have not taken a GST credit and there is no penal provision in GST law, but in an income tax law for an unregistered dealer, you have a heavy penalty if the genuineness of that dealer is not established. So whenever I am preparing this report, I need to be very careful in reporting entity. Or suppose if in tax audit report I have reported in composition and in GST I have taken credit for the same. Now when you are purchasing from a composite dealer, you cannot take input credit. So you imagine the balancing act you need to do. You cannot say that it was a misreporting in tax audit and my GST return is correct. See, this mistake or a genuine mistake will be very difficult to prove. If you see the columns are well designed. They are accurately or asking the very specific question that what is the purchase or what is the expenditure that is from exempt, what is the expenditure from composition, from registered, total payment to registered, relating to other registered entities, total payment to registered, expenditure relating to entity not registered under GST. So if you see, if you go to my first slide regarding the master creation, and if you see, if I have not written the GST registration type properly, what will happen? In this report, there will be misreporting. So now you realize what is the importance of selecting the proper GST registration type. Otherwise, it will be not proper, or it will throw, the system will throw an inaccurate report. Now, inaccurate report will have its own consequences. Okay. So you need to balance, or you need to understand that a small mistake from our side will have a heavy cost to the client, or heavy explanation will be required to be given to the various departments. And the explanation will not be restricted to particular department. That mistake in the tax audit report is not a mistake only for the income tax purpose. It will be mistake for GST purpose. It will be mistake for any of the investigating agencies. Okay, because now if you see, the fake invoices cases are covered under money laundering also, where ED is also taking part in the fake invoices matter. So how you will explain to ED that my tax audit report has gone wrong and then it is a genuine mistake? Okay, so this is where I am coming off at that, why I need an accurate master, or why I need an accurate reporting formats. Now these columns are well designed. They are not designed based on some experiment, and these columns are going on increasing. Also remember, the tax audit clause 44 is talking about total expenditure. It is not restricted to indirect expenditure. It is total expenditure claimed by the SSE for a particular year. So according to me, it will include purchases, it will include direct expenses, it will include indirect expenses. Okay. So all the expenditures which are claimed by the SSE in its profit and loss account while filing return of income needs to be segregated under this tax audit report. Now I will show you how to generate this report using TallyPrime, or what are the options which are available to me under TallyPrime to have this report constantly updated and reported. So we'll go to the TallyPrime. This is the front screen, display more reports, then my standard account books. Then I have group summary. Okay. In group summary, I have selected indirect expenses. You can go through P&L also. You can go through your regular accounting part also. Anywhere you can reach. I am showing you related to indirect expenses. Same thing will be applied to direct expenses. Same thing can be applied to purchases or any of the P&L head that you are using. So you can go through P&L also to this indirect expenses head, because anyway P&L also shows my indirect expenses grouping. So that is no problem. From any point of time, you go to the my indirect expenses. So this is the scene. This is the report. The first report that you receive is the indirect expenses incurred during the particular year. Now this is categorized under various heads. Okay.
Nimit, so just
Yeah.
keeping you posted that you can keep track of Q&A as well.
I
In
didn't get
case
you.
people are in Abhi, there is one query only, but
Yeah.
if you can just keep the
Yeah.
Q&A open so
Yeah.
that you can see the queries as and when they come.
Okay. Okay. I will keep a tab on. Okay. So only one query is received, I think so. How the data to be entered for disallowance under rule 43 and 40, 42 and 43 for common expenditures. So I think so. What you are saying is related to GST. So GST, if you want, it is for the input disallowance, or so I will take this query, I think so, later on. I have a query. Is there is any way to extract all ledger with category of ledger? Yeah, that is what I am showing you. That is how to extract all the ledgers. So this is the head. This is the head under indirect expenses, which is showing all the ledgers under various groupings or various. Now this will depend upon the ledgers that you have created at various during the various voucher entry type. Okay. Now what I will do is I will add column. I will add column on the right hand side. If you see, there is new column, Alt C is there, where you get an benefit of adding the column. So I will add a column. I will add column from April to March. You can do any of the date range. Date range depends upon your requirement of reporting. Now, once I add column, there is two identical column which has been created. One which is showing total. Both of the at present are showing total, but with a different date range. But since my entry is done up to September 22, my date range is showing this. See, date range, I am not bothered. You can alter the date range at whatever level you want. Okay. Now there is a two comparative column. Now, if you see on the right hand side in TallyPrime, one more feature is added, that is apply filter. So you can apply, you need to the new column that is been created and apply filter to the second column. The shortcut key to that is Control F. Once you do the Control F, you will get apply filter on voucher. Okay. Now you can apply filter on ledgers also. You can apply filter. Since we need the GST report, we will apply filter on voucher. Then on the right hand side, you have one more F7, that is the advanced filter. Okay. So in once you do the advanced filter, this screen will come with which will say voucher with any field. Now with any field default. So then in with field, you have to select what is the party registration type. Now, see, just few slide back, I have stated that while creating the master, you have to state party registration type accurately. So what I'm trying to do for clause 44, I am trying to filter all my vouchers based on party registration type, because I want what are my total expenses with relate to composition, regular dealer, other than regular, registered. So for that, my filter is based on the party registration type. Okay. So once I say voucher with filter, see this option will only open when you type advanced filter. It will not show in the basic filter. So select party registration type containing regular. Once I do that, what will happen? My second column has changed a bit. Okay. It will only reflect the vouchers which are having regular, the parties which are having regular registration. Okay. So whichever parties I have selected while creating the masters with regards to regular, and that party which has been used while doing the voucher entry will be reflected in the second column. So this is the first filter I have applied. See, my total column is still intact. Now I have a different column with a different report, which are showing only vouchers where party is having a regular registration. Okay. If you see 1,37,000, 1,37,000. Now again, if you want to drill down, you can drill down to the voucher end. See, this is the beauty of Tally. Tally always, in any report, you can drill down up to the voucher. That feature has been kept at any point. So they have not gone away, or the any report is not gone away with that feature of drill down. So this drill down feature is available. You can go up to the voucher. So this is the first filter I have done. Now what is happening? I have one more column with regards to composition. I have one more column with regards to unregistered part. Okay. So now again, I will create new column. Create new column. Then apply the advanced filter. Apply the filter to that column. Advanced filter. Party registration type containing unregistered. Once I do that, one more column is getting added to my report. Now, if you see, the transport charges is appearing on the total part as 1,03,000 and on the unregistered part at 1,03,000. So most of the cases transport, we avail transport services from an unregistered dealer, and we have to pay as an input service distributor or a reverse charge mechanism. So this is how the report is created. Now you can go on adding to the column to this report and apply the advanced filter for various registration type. Okay, so unregistered, registered, composition, everything can be done by just adding a column to this particular report. You will see the total column in the first column and the bifurcated report in the subsequent columns. This way, this report will get expanded and it will get formatted in exactly how I want for clause 44. If you see what is my clause 44, this is my clause 44, which is having various columns. The second column is the total expenditure, which I have. Then the third, fourth, fifth. You can prepare your report based on this third, fourth, fifth. That is how you want from exam what you have purchased, from composition what you have purchased. Exactly in the same way you can apply the filter and have this report. Now imagine pasting this report to clause 44. Whether it is easy? I think so. It is very easy to paste this report for clause 44. Okay. Now, definitely we need some analysis further on this because it has created a report which is required identical for our clause 44. But whether it is accurate or not, again, we need to do some verification. And I will suggest you do verification where in case of a registered, if you see if this total is not, there is some bifurcation between these two, you should go to unregistered and check whether my data entry is correct or not. Because sometimes in case of an indirect expenses, we don't select the party ledgers. Whenever you are not selecting a party ledger, it will throw it in the unregistered mode because it has not shown anything related to registration of the details. So, or sometimes what will happen? The total will not match. Total of the report, that is from the various columns, will not match with the total expenditure done. So for that, you need to do some R&D or some research with regards to the data entry and correct the data entry wherever is required. Okay. Now I have prepared this report. I have this report very much available and I have determined the accuracy. But what will happen when there is some modification in the data entry? Suppose I modify the data entry. What will happen? Again, I have to do all the filters, whether I have to redo it, or suppose for the temporary purpose, I go out of this screen to do some other work. What will happen? How to generate the report again? Now, this is something which is added in the Prime and which is very useful for us who are more inclined towards the reporting part. On the right hand side, if you see, you have a save view option. Now this is the view which I have created and I want to save it. So on the right hand side, you have an option which is save view. You have to press save view. Okay. You have to press save view. Then once I say Control L save view, it will ask me whether I want to name this report. So I can name this report GST report clause 44. Now this feature, now they have done very good thing for us that once I save a view for a particular report, I can have this parameter for default view, additional configuration, save view for all companies. Now, whatever companies which are available in this data folder, that is data folder which is you are using, that in that data folder, whatever companies are available, you can have that view saved for all the companies. So it is just a one-time requirement. So if you are doing for a particular group of companies where they have number of companies and they have saved their data in a particular folder, See, only requirement for this is all the company's data, number of companies data should be saved in a particular folder only. It will not alter for other folders. Okay, because Tally will not know where your data is saved. So whatever path you are giving for retrieving the data, the same path should have all the other companies data saved. Then it will apply to this all companies. Or for the first time, what you can do is you can open all the companies, then it will apply again to the all companies. Okay. So it is a one-time exercise for my requirement. I can formatize the report as per my requirement. I can analyze the report and then just save that view. Now, where it will have, where will it appear? So it will appear in Go To button. If you see on the TallyPrime on the top center, you have Go To. This is a magical button. Now, the entire Prime is based on this magic of Go To. You can just click and you can go to, and it will show you the saved view. Whatever report formats you have saved, it will appear here. Okay, and it will again show whether it is you have saved your views for all the companies or for a particular companies. Okay, now this button can be used for any type of reporting, not only for GST. You can use it for P&L, you can use it for balance sheet, you can use it for your stock summaries. Whatever different formats you have prepared for your reporting purpose, you can just go on saving that under the save view column, and you can retrieve this report at any point of time. This will throw an accurate report based on the latest data entry. So this is what is the magic of Tally or magic of TallyPrime, where it is a one-time exercise where different reporting formats can be saved and stored in that particular fashion. I'll just take some queries. So for MSCB disallowance under section 43B for FY20, the same is allowed only on payment basis, even though the same is booked on accrual basis. Now for this, again, I will say that you need to readjust your masters. If you see the masters, you have the default credit period. So what MSME position says that any payment to the MSME parties need to be made within 45 days. Otherwise, it will be treated as a disallowance. So every masters, you have to have that default credit period of 45 days. And Tally will give us the report that what payments are done beyond 45 days. So all that ledger or all that amount will be treated as MSME disallowances for the 43B. It is very simple to find out this. It is not so difficult, provided you have created the masters. Is it for, I will answer that at a later stage. Okay. So this is how a various report you can save. So in case of an MSCB disallowance report, you can have that report, aging report, have that saved view and get it done. Or there may be minor modification done for the purpose of MSCB in terms of parties, whether it is MSCB registered or not. In that, you can add that field and have that report ready. See, once I have created masters properly, I have not seen any report which cannot be thrown by the system. Okay, it's just the modification or the reporting format or the filtering part that you need to do accurately. And now since the Tally has come out in the Prime, for the advanced filter also various filter can be applied, multi filter can be applied, and you can have that report ready and saved it under the save view, and this will get updated any point of time. So what I will suggest, at the start of the year, you prepare a format for 1st April to 31st March, even though your data entry is not done, okay, up to 31st March. But you can have the report format prepared up to 31st March. So whenever your data entry is completed, report is just a few seconds away. Okay, because there is no need for any data entry for report formatting. You can have data for up to particular date, but report can be prepared for the whole year. Okay, it is the date filtration function which is happening. So if you see, it is just the date filtration function. Here the date is separate, but for reporting the date can be separate. Okay, so you can use this technique for preparing a report at the start of the year and then use it at any point of time. Got it? So this is how the save view feature is very useful, and I urge all of you to do this. MSME, I will MSME identification for creators, how to do it in masters. MSME identification, see, some minor modification can be done. You can add the field by doing the customization, or definitely Tally will come up with this MSME part. Just how we have GST registration type, they will add the field of whether it is registered under MSME or not. And once they do it, it will be the standard feature. Otherwise, it will be a customized feature. So whether depreciation, salary, deferred tax expense is required to be reported under clause 44. See, obviously, depreciation, salary, it has to be reported. Only thing is, depreciation will be definitely from an unregistered because it is a notional entry. Same thing for deferred tax expenses. But salary has to be reported because clause 44 has not given us any bifurcation whether it is GST is applicable or not. Okay. Clause 44 has not given us such bifurcation. It always talks about the total expenditure. So we need to report salary also. Only thing is it will be from unregistered dealer. Now I go to the next report. Again a complex one, which is clause 34 of tax audit report. Clause 34 of a tax audit report. See, again, TDS provisions are always tedious. From time and again we are facing this issue that how to report, and nowadays the TDS queries are lot many generated. We get lot many reports or lot many queries in terms of short deduction, non deductions and everything. So this clause 34 of the tax audit report has gained lot of importance. Now again, if you see, there are lot many sections or lot many columns which are required to be reported. The tax deduction number, the section, nature of payment, total amount on which tax was required to be deducted. Now this, I definitely have a problem with regards to how to report this various figures, and Tally also doesn't have the standard report for this type of thing. We need to have a combination of various report to accurately have the figures put in this clause. So I'll just share how to do this in few slides. So in terms of first thing, I want to find out what is my how many parties where I have not written the PAN. Okay. So if you see in a statutory report, gateway of Tally display statutory report TDS, there is a report where ledgers without PAN is there. Now this is again a master level issue. You need to enter the PAN number here. Otherwise it will attract higher rate of TDS. So all the masters which has not having PAN will have an high rate. So I have shown you how to filter the various voucher. You can use that filter function for parties not having PAN. Okay. Now I am going to my standard TDS report. If you see, that is display TDS report, TDS outstanding. Now this report shows me what is the payment which are not done by me during the particular year under the TDS outstanding. So if you see, I have my report, amount of tax deducted or collected and not deposit, the last column, the 10th one. Now this report is identical with regards to that. That is, you have deducted the amount under various heads, but you have not paid. Okay. Now for this, while making the TDS challan or the payment entry, you have need to mark the challan for the purpose of getting the outstanding report. Otherwise, it will show in this outstanding the total amount outstanding for the various heads. So this is with regards to column number 10 of the reporting requirement. Now I will go the party wise view. So we have various ledgers. We have party name. So in F5, the same report can be generated party wise. So this is where F5 is getting. So this is just to show you the for how many parties you have not paid the TDS. Okay. Now this is the cumulative of all the non-payments done by you. Now we want to see the each type, that is in case of a professional fees what I have not done. So select the nature, required nature of payment, press enter, the TDS nature of payment outstanding report for the selected payment of appears. So it will show fees for professional services, what is my pending amount, and party wise what is the pending and for how many days it is pending. Now sometimes it has happened that you have paid but you are not marked in the system. So just mark the system or mark the challan against this payment, and this report will get updated. Now I want to do other reporting requirement, that is what is my total amount of payment or receipt of nature specified, nature of payment wise. So that is most important thing I want to find out. What is my nature of payment? So for that payment you can sort, so you can just go through this. So in you can display the range of bill, report control B, range of bill type, all bills. This is how the various filter functions, and you can sort this thing. I will share. You can take a screenshot of this. You can take a screenshot of this for your future reference. F12. Now once I do this, I will go to my TDS reconciliation report, and this is how it is shown. Now if you see, this report throws me all the most of the required columns of clause 34. So what is the nature? That is TDS on rent. What is the total? Now here the period can be specified. You can have the period specified. So there is a quarter wise report which is generated. You can export this to Excel and total it, or you can just total it from here. So this is how various, what is the deductee type, what is the resident, what is the amount of total payment that I have done during the particular year or particular quarter. Okay, this is the challan reconciliation or TDS reconciliation report in its entirety. Now for this, you require very accurate data entry in terms of TDS adjustment or TDS entries. So I know that number of people doing this are very few, or they don't rely on the system, but I urge all of you to rely on the system and try to take maximum benefit of this TDS reporting. Now, if you see from this report, you can virtually pick up every figure required for clause 44. Okay, you can filter, you can sort this report by exporting to Excel, whatever you want. Can we save view for fixed asset use? Yes, you can save view fixed asset. You can format it once for all. Or Tally has a standard reporting. In statutory report, you have fixed asset reporting. Okay. Now let me finish it with the question related to clause 44 and clause 34. You can post as many questions as you want. I will take all the questions one by one. So let me start from beginning. How the data to be entered for disallowance under rule 42, 43 for common expenditure. Now this is in terms of GST input disallowances. So if you see, you can pass a reversal of GST. Suppose at the time of voucher entry, you have taken GST credits, you have passed, but later on you realize there is no credit available to it. You can you can pass a reversal entry for disallowance of the input, but this has to be manually calculated. This can't be done automatically because it will depend upon system to system. Okay, so this needs to be calculated manually. Yeah. So yeah, Komal, you can go ahead.
No, sir,
Komal,
I
are you
was
there?
just removing so that you can
Yeah.
finish it.
Yeah. Okay. I have a query. Is there a way to extract all ledger with category of registration type? Yeah. Is there any way? So that I shown you, na? It is very easy. If you apply the filter with all registration type, the filter will show. Just go to the filter, play with toggle around the filter. It will show with all the ledgers. Okay. But what is the benefit you get out of this? I don't know. Means why you want this report, that depends upon your requirement. Then good afternoon. If I selected wrong, how can I check it is wrong? Okay. So that is where you need to filter the report and do the verification that a particular item is appearing. If registered entity, if you feel that it is a registered entity and that is appearing on the unregistered part, or you can go to the alter master, multiple masters, and check whether all the registration types are proper or not. So wrong registration type, you need to have an intelligent view about the report, and from there you can locate whether the registration type is correct or not. Okay. It can't, the system will not tell you that this is a wrong registration type. You have to intelligently toggle around your various report, and then you can find it out, and then you can alter it. ICA said depreciation is not an expenditure, it is an allowance. So I think it should not be reported. Yeah, one view of this is correct. But what I feel is the department will not, what they will do is they will just go by the figures that you have uploaded. So the total expenditure that is claimed, whether it is reported in clause 44 or not. Now they will not know what is depreciation and what is not. They will go by the absolute figures. Okay. So nowhere in your reporting, the P&L reporting or the ITR reporting, you are stating that this is a expenditure, this is an allowance and not the expenditure. They will go by the assumption that whatever you have claimed needs to be reported in clause 44. How to generate Schedule 3 report from the TallyPrime? Schedule 3 report is available on the standard report. Display more report, you can go and you can do it. There is no problem in that. How to pass entry to generate this report? For Schedule 3 is not the entry related report. It is just the format related report. If you see in the TallyPrime, Schedule 3, you can change the grouping also temporarily for Schedule 3 purpose. That is, for example, creditors having debit balance. Temporarily, I want to show it in advance from creditor for Schedule 3 purpose. I can do that easily in Tally. Just go to that display more report, statutory reports or report. You have Schedule 3 reports available. Can we have debtors and creditors age-wise report also? Yes, definitely you have credit debtors and creditors aging analysis. On the right-hand side, any of the, if you go from balance sheet to the creditors on the right-hand side, you have the aging analysis available. But for this report, you need to have a default credit period. If while creating the master, if you have not created the default credit period, this report will not have, the tally will not show this report. Okay. Kindly repeat the filter process in Tally edit log. Tally edit log filter process. I didn't get your question. You can write me separately. How we can delete or alter the saved view? For delete or alter the save view, you can just go to that report again. You can change the thing and save it again, or you can have the new save view report. Okay, you can create new and save it under a different name. Both is allowed. Should loss on sale of equity shares be reported as expenditure under clause 44? See, again same issue, because what I understand, this clause 44 report will get matched with the my ITR reporting. So if in ITR I have shown this loss on equity share as on the debits on the expenditure side, even though I have disallowed in the computation, still they will have the matching. So there is no harm in reporting as an unregistered dealer, because I think so an absolute figure of total expenditure should match with the total expenditure of clause 44. Otherwise, there will be an auto query that this is not matching. Our observation is that we made entry of reversal of input credit for carbon, but same is not reflecting in GSTR 3B return of GST, as these are shown as unreconciled. Please clarify. So once you pass the reporting, once you pass the reversal entry, it will automatically get out from the GSTR 3B, because it will not show under the credit side, but it will be shown as an unreconciled entry, because if suppose you have wrongly passed, since system will throw that report, you can just ignore that unreconciled entries. Okay, because this is what you have done, overriding a particular system. Otherwise, see what will happen. Suppose you have done the reversal, and if it is a permanent thing, then again you will not be able to retrieve the things. So system will show whatever reversal is there in the unreconciled entry. You can just ignore that thing. How to disclose GST reversal? But GST reversal, where you want to disclose? See, GST reversal per se is nowhere required to be disclosed. It is just the suo moto you have done something reversal because you feel that you have not claimed the GST on it. So what it will show, that total credit available and total credit availed. If total credit availed is less than total credit available, I think so no department will come after you. They will come after you only if the availed is more than the available. Okay. So GST reversal, I don't think so there is requirement for any disclosure purpose. Any other questions?
I think one question is in the chat.
Chat. Okay. Uh, is this webinar? Yeah, definitely webinar will be available on YouTube. Tally uploads webinar, or Tally uploads webinar on their sites also. Can you saw the locking of Tally once GST return is filed? Locking of Tally. So in terms of locking of Tally, if you want, you can have a security control where backdated entries are not allowed. So that security control feature is available, where you can close the backdated entry. Once all your entries, just readjust your security control in terms of backdating. Initially, you can keep some backdating days. Later on, you can reduce it to 0. Then your backdating will not be allowed. And Tally has one more feature with regards to, if you see on the top end side, I'll just show you. See, they have marked vouchers feature on in TallyPrime. So if you see your first field, you have a mark voucher feature. You need to activate that feature, and there is a mark voucher scenario where any amendment done after after your closing, you can see that from that mark vouchers. Do we have any report which will give complete audit trail report for auditor to check for company as a whole and not an individual entry? So audit log is already there, and there is, I think so, separate sessions for audit logs. So you can attend that, because that is a completely new feature or completely different features which cannot be taken at this juncture. but definitely company audit trail is there, edit log is there. But for that, you need to activate your security features. You need to activate the entire security aspect or edit aspect. The various logins needs to be created, and then only you can have this. Okay. Now, this is with regards to TDS and GST. I have taken purposefully only two clauses for the today's session. I don't want to bombard with lot of information. The additional thing which I want to show you is with regards to one more very important feature with regards to audit tools. Now, the if you see in TallyPrime or in the earlier Tally version also, data verification is there. Okay. In data verification, you can find out various data verification requirement with regards to our audit purpose, or for our internal control purpose also. I just wanted to highlight one of the important feature, or which I feel is very useful in terms of intelligent auditing work. And not many people are using this feature because of, I think so, ignorance, or they don't know that this type of thing is also available in the system. So that is with regards to relative size factor. Now this is short form as RSF. Now what is RSF? Now, if you see, every ledger has a peculiarities. Suppose, for example, we take a particular item of purchase, or we take a particular item of expenses. Suppose we take electricity as an expenses. Now, each month, electricity expenses of a particular organization maybe will remain more or less same, or it will vary in a particular fashion only. So variance of a particular ledger in terms of each month's entry should not be much more, should not be significant. Now this relative size factor feature, what it throws me, for every ledger, what is the relative, or what is the factor of highest voucher and the lowest voucher. Okay, it will show me the divisor of highest voucher in that particular ledger divided by the lowest voucher in that particular ledger. Now, in the present case, I have taken one example with regards to purchase from a particular party, that is Prem Safety Works. It can be any party. Now, I know I purchase from a Prem Safety for a particular amount only. It doesn't go beyond a particular amount. But if you see, the relative size factor of Prem Safety is 223. That is, the highest voucher and the lowest voucher, there is 200 time difference. Okay. So this is something abnormal. Why from a particular party I purchase a particular item which is having a significant higher value, also having a significant lower value? It may not be wrong, but it is abnormal. I am using word abnormal and not wrong. Okay. So this report or this feature of Tally throws me all the abnormality of a particular ledgers. So in any ledger where relative size index is more than 20 or 30, definitely that ledger I have some curiosity for that, because my lowest voucher and highest voucher have a multiple of 20 or more. So in this present case, it has multiple of 200. Okay. So this is how you can find out a particular ledger where there is some abnormality as per your analysis, and you can write a note. So if you see there is a verification status, you go and click there, it will show who has verified it or how it, and you can write a note to verify this particular bill in detail. Okay. So this is how a particular audit tool have given me an opportunity to find out all the abnormalities in my data. Okay. You can use this RSF factor for number of things. For an expense voucher, for an expense ledger, I can find out abnormality. For an interest, suppose for interest to bank, again if interest is wrongly punched, more or less bank interest is same for each month. So my RSF factor should not be more than 1.5. If it increase goes beyond 1.5 or 2, then definitely the interest entries are wrong or some error in the interest entries. Okay, so this is what and in every session I try to cover this feature again and again, because I want maximum people to use this feature for their benefits. Is it in compulsory for companies? Audit trail is compulsory for all the companies. They have given is the, so Tally has come up with the any option to view deleted entries. Yes, Tally audit log has that feature, whatever entries they are deleted. Once you activate the log, the features are there. Okay. Now this is what another, the transaction on holidays. So whenever you have activated the Tally audit logs or audit features, it will throw a report where transactions which are passed on holidays. So if someone is coming on holiday and passing the entries, and I want to view all the entries which are passed on holiday, I can get it in one go. Then highest and lowest. See again the RSF part. What is Tally has generated to identify highest and lowest value transaction mentioning difference. So this is again a part of the RSF features. Okay. See, in this way, Tally has come up with various features and various data reporting just to ensure that our life as a chartered accountant or a reporting entity gets easier, and we find a better way of reporting in terms of cost saving, accuracy, and time. So, any more questions? Any more questions? What need to take care to find? What need to take care? Need. So it is just holiday transaction is just curiosity that who has come on the holiday and passed all the entries. Okay. Now suppose on holiday you have done some cash expenditure. Definitely if there is some verification from the department side and they come across that the cash expenditure has done on holidays, then who have come for that cash expenditure, just to take care, I need to find out what are all transactions that are happening. Or suppose any purchase transaction is happening, whether goods were delivered on holiday or not. Okay, so all this, there is a counter to all these transactions which has happened on the holiday. From where to get the, so the RFS report you can get in the data verification part. If you see, go to the gateway, more display more report, there is a data verification report from where you can get the RFS part. Whether master need to maintain to find holiday time, no, there is no master, it is based on date. So you can define all the holidays. By default it will take Sunday as a holiday, but when you are creating the company, in that master, the top end part, you can define all your holidays. There is a specific feature for defining all your holidays. Okay, so this is holidays needs to be defined while creating the company. When you are creating companies, you can define all the holidays. This will ensure you for your salary proposition also, and this also, how to access audit tool in Tally and RSF also. Same thing, data verification, there is a separate feature, data verification. Any other questions?
Yeah, and now they can raise the hand also. They can ask you
Yeah,
directly also.
yeah.
Uh, to the audience, if you want to ask question directly to Nimit sir, you can raise your hands. I will allow the option to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Kunal?
Yeah, Kunal, go ahead.
Mr. Kunal, do you want to ask your question? Mr. Vinit Jain? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
So I want to know how to pass means how to create lasers for passing goods transport agency entries where we have to means we have to create a liability for GST, RCM, and we have to deduct TDS also.
So you want to create the master?
Yeah.
So master, you have input service. So GST type, you have to use input service distributor.
No, input service, no, not input service distributor. It's for the sole proprietorship business.
For
Sole proprietorship business means for transport for
so
transportation charges.
You are a transport agency or what?
No.
You are taking transport services.
We are taking transport services.
So when you are creating that party ledger, you need to define him as an input service distributor.
Okay.
Then automatically it will calculate RCM liabilities.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Kunal? Mr. Tejal Tawani? Okay, I think they do not have a question. So
one more question that has come up: how to get GST summary of exempted purchase expenses? So again, the filter part is there. So whenever you have created the master, you need to select that party as an exempted party and then apply the filter as exempted. Okay, so it will show that parties separately. So it is application of filters. So whatever I have shown you on the right hand side, that many filter you can show. If you see at the time of master creation, if you see here, this is what is there. Okay. So here, whenever you are selecting that type of filter, it will apply. Including unknown. PPT I can share through Tally only. How to access that is one. Any other questions that is open?
So I think we've covered it all. Yeah. So I think we can conclude our session. Good to see a good number of audiences still with us.
Yeah.
So must be the engaging session by Mr. Nimit Gujarathi.
Yeah. So
thank you so much, sir.
This is my detail. So anyone, if anything is there, you can contact me. Whatever help I can do, I will try to able to solve all your queries with relates to Tally at any point of time. Okay. So let me thanks all the participants for patiently hearing me and hope my session is useful to your professional journeys and you get new insight how to move forward or how to have a different reporting formats and use the software at its maximum potential. Thank you all for participating and hearing me patiently.
Thank you so much, Nimit sir. We are getting so many compliments. If you can just see the chat and so many reactions displaying on our screen. Thank you so much. I will just now conclude the session. And the people who are asking for the recording, I'll make sure to upload it for 2 or more. Definitely. 2 or more days, I'll upload the session. Thank you so much.